I'm ready.
Okay.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 15 of the Best Day Ever podcast. This is a podcast about my crafting journey and Arthella's crafting journey and celebrating all the reasons why crafting makes for the best day ever. My name is Trish, and I can be found on Instagram and Ravelry as Tie Dye Diva.
My name is Arthella, and I'm Eris Knits on Ravelry and Instagram.
Yeah. And today is August, Friday, August 30th. And it's a beautiful day in the DMV.
It's a beautiful day.
It's really, really, really nice. So, if you watched the bonus episode, you were able to get familiar with Arthella. She's a longtime friend, fellow crafter, enabler, and so we had the privilege of doing a bonus episode together while traveling to Alabama a couple of weeks ago for a sewing class. And I think Arthella has caught the podcasting bug. Along with my enabling.
Yes. She twisted my arm and dragged me out of my comfort zone to do this.
Podcast, I think it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work, but it is a lot of fun. But it's even funner when you have somebody with you. So thank you for joining me again today. We don't know if this is going to be a regular thing. You know, you're always welcome.
Thank you.
But we'll just go with the flow and see how things go. So today, the first thing I want to do is tell you who won the milestone giveaway. Drew a name for that. And then we're going to talk about the usual crafty things. Works in progress in knitting, finished objects in knitting, dream knitting. Maybe you have some patterns in the back of your mind you've been wanting to do. Definitely some dream sewing with all the things we learned at the sewing class in Alabama. We have lots of sewing, especially Arthella. Arthella has lots of sewing whips and finished objects to share. So really, really excited about that. We're going to try to keep this under an hour. That's going to be really challenging, but
Let's go.
let's go. Let's get going. Oh, and maybe some spinning. So just a lot of things. So I hope you're comfortable. You have your favorite craft, your favorite beverage, and let's get started. So just a few minutes ago, I drew the name for the milestone giveaway. And if you watched the previous episode, then you saw this is the beautiful gift that I put together for one viewer of the podcast. And the name that the random number generator chose, that post belonged to Corrine Davis. So Corrine Davis, congratulations. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your comment on the last episode, and just send me by direct message either on Instagram or through Ravelry your mailing address, and I will get your prize out to you as soon as possible.
Wow.
Okay, so let's get moving. Let's first talk about knitting, finished objects in knitting.
I have no finished objects in knitting.
Yeah, I think you said that. I have just one finished object in knitting, and that is a pair of socks. So these have been finished for quite some time. This is just a basic vanilla sock, just a toe-up sock. I didn't even follow a pattern. These are for my husband, Ray. If you are close friends of us, or even if you follow us on Instagram and you've seen us when we're dressed up, you know Ray is not... He's not afraid of color. So as soon as I started making these, he claimed these as his own. So basically, I started with the cuff this time.
Oh, those are cuff
Yep,
down.
I started with the cuff down, knit a tube, went back in and did an afterthought heel, and finished up with the toe. Nothing earth-shattering about these, just a basic vanilla sock. I think I cast on 64 stitches, used a US 1.5, which I think is a 2.5 millimeter needle. The yarn is Query Fiber, and the color is, I can't remember, so I'm gonna have to put it down. No, I can't remember is not the name of the color. I truly cannot remember. I can look it up real quick. Thanks goodness. You want to hold it for
Real
me,
quick.
Arthella?
Yeah, I'm
Right-
going to try this
right
on.
quick.
I'm looking at this toe.
does it look okay?
It looks good.
So the contrast color is actually Plucky Knitter Bellow fingering.
Oh, wow.
So those are some pretty snobby socks. Let's
Really
see here. Go into my product. As you can see, we have no show notes. We're just flying by the seat of our pants. Yeah, so this is Quarry Fiber Tweed Sock, and the color is Flora. And again, like I said, the contrast color for the heel and the toe is Plucky Knitter Bellow fingering, and I believe that color is Sounds Like a Carnival. So I've had these finished for quite some time, but I wouldn't let Ray wear them until I talked about them on the podcast. So he'll be happy he can finally take ownership of these. And I think that's definitely all I have in finished objects in knitting. All of my knitting whips are big projects, sweaters and big shawls and things. So you want to share your first
Okay, so my first whip
whip in knitting?
I'll share is my stone crop pullover. This is the yarn and
I'll pull up a picture of
pattern
it.
that I selected during our trip to Alabama
And what are those
and
yarns?
Tennessee.
Those are so pretty.
So the green is the Brooklyn Tweed Puri,
Mm-hmm.
and then this self striper is the Spin Cycle dyed in the wool in the shades of earth colorway.
That is so pretty. So this is the stone crop cardigan. I'm sure you've already seen it. It's Andrea Maury design. That is so cute. So cute. Okay, so you've got quite a bit of progress done on that. You want to show?
Yeah, I
Don't be
did.
shy. Show it up. Show it off.
Oh. You see the bobbles.
Oh, that is really pretty.
And the color work.
Let me see that a little bit closer. Oh man, you've been flying through this. That
Yeah.
is so beautiful.
I have to tink though.
Do you?
Yeah. I found a little
A skip stitch or a drop
mistake
stitch?
that I'm not willing to live
Okay.
with, so I'll tink it.
Not too far back, I hope.
Yeah, well, I gotta tink out the bobbles and a row of the cable.
Okay. That
So
color is
I'm
so
not up
pretty.
for that right now, but
Yeah.
it has to be done.
Has to be done.
Has to be done.
Knitter problems, but it's really pretty. It's
Okay.
really pretty. Okay,
You want
so
me to continue on with my whips?
we'll take turns.
Okay.
So my, so this whip here, I'll share this. You've already seen this, and it's so hard to show. This is a pattern by Joji Locatelli. My brain is just not working today, so I'm going to have to look at my Ravelry page again to get the name. Julie's Wrap is the name of this pattern, and it is by Joji Locatelli. And I'm definitely going to have to show you a picture because I'm knitting in the round, so it's really hard to show what it looks like at this point. But it's basically a really large rectangular wrap with a ribbed border and a picot edge. So I'm on the ribbed border. I think I got about 1 more inch to do on the
Wow.
ribbed border there, and hopefully I'll have this done. I've been showing this on a podcast for several episodes, but it's a beast. It's a beast of a project. So, but I think it's going to be so nice for the winter. Going to get a lot of use out of it. So I'm using Neighborhood Fiber Company Rustic Fingering.
Rustic fingering.
It's their single ply base. I would not be surprised if it's the same base as Tosh Merino Light. Very, very similar.
Very similar.
Mm-hmm. And the color is, you know this color.
Old Town East.
Old Town East. So if
That
you're
would match
familiar
what I'm
with,
wearing
it
today.
would. If you're familiar with Neighborhood Fiber Company, she names her colorways for the most part from areas and towns in and around the DC, Baltimore area, I believe. So Old Town East is the color. I'm really looking forward to finishing this.
What bag is that in?
I love it.
How does the bag match the project?
The bag always has to match the project, I think. It's a Ribbon Street bag, and I purchased this from Knot House Yarns, one of our not so local but local enough yarn shops in Frederick, Maryland, which is about, for me, no traffic, maybe an hour drive, and totally worth it.
Yeah.
And she and her daughter also have a very entertaining podcast, which is the Knot House.
Knot House.
The Knot House podcast.
The Knot House.
So yep, that's my Ribbon Street bag. Love it. It's a good size. I'm looking at this to see if it was painted on, but I don't think so. I'm into all the painted fabrics now. And they do an interesting, I guess, vinyl lining to their bags. I don't know if all the bags have this vinyl lining, but
I don't have one of those.
that's kind of nice because sometimes, depending on what lining you use, it can kind of like interfere with the fibers in your yarn. You ever seen that happen when your project
It's kind of
gets a little fuzzy and brushed? So that's a nice touch. Yep. So what do you got next, in whips?
Next would be my Cardigan by Bayron Handmade.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm knitting this out. Do you have a picture?
I'll pull up the picture.
I have one, real quick. Okay.
Oh, that's so. You want to open
Not
it
the
up a little bit
best
more?
picture.
Can you just expand it? Yeah. That is so. I've always loved this.
I
cardigan.
love this. So I'm knitting mine up in the Malabrigo Rasta.
Ah, really?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Which color is that?
Oh, gee. Good question. We'll put the...
Headdress? Headdress is
No.
almost no.
I can't remember.
It is so. I need to hold on to that for
You
a
do?
little bit.
Just the ball of yarn is attached to my project.
Okay.
So I have one side done, and now I'm working on the back.
Okay.
And I love garter stitch. So
Yeah, that is so pretty.
Yeah.
Are you alternating skeins, or are you pretty much?
No, I'm not alternating. I'm
That's
just
turning
letting
out
it
really
do what
good,
it do.
though. Look at that. No pooling. That is beautiful. That looks like an interesting construction going on there.
I mean, it's
Oh,
easy.
that's the
This
hole.
is my
That's for the arm.
Yes, this is for my arm. See,
so
I
you'll
have
go back on the other side and do the same thing.
Yeah, so I'm working the back,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll do the other side.
Okay.
Like the armhole on the other side.
That is really good. So now that I'm looking at this is really, I'm thinking it will be easy to customize to make for
Oh,
a
yeah.
larger size.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. So
Mhm.
you just
Even longer, because you cast on the length. Cast on the
Okay,
length.
okay.
So even if you wanted to lengthen it,
mm-hmm.
and then surely you can.
Are you gonna do a belt with yours?
No, this
Okay.
is enough.
No.
Like, super bulky. Ooh, I'm gonna be a bear.
I know. I don't have a super. Yes, I do have a. I knit that blue sparkle
Right.
super bulky cardigan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is nice. So I always say, you plus size ladies, larger ladies, don't hold back from knitting. If you want a super bulky project, knit it.
Do it.
Yeah, do it. You can slim it down with some leggings.
Yep.
Or a closer fitting top, but absolutely do it. That is going to be so pretty. And that's hanging out in your...
My fringe.
That is so pretty.
Which one is this?
Is that the field tote?
Maybe.
It's really pretty.
It's green.
I like that. I love the green. I have the black.
You have a black.
I have a black one, but I really like the cocoa. I think that's the color. Yeah, but I'm gonna resist for now.
For now.
Okay, so my next whip in knitting is something else you have seen, I think. Anyway, I don't know, maybe I've never shown this on a podcast. So this is my, I'm telling you, I don't know what's going on with my brain today, but
Something belly?
yes, Novelli. The Novelli tee by Boylan Knitworks. Caitlin Hunter, who is Boylan Knitworks, and here she is. Okay, so it's the bottom, starts at the bottom, and you knit your way up. It is a cropped sweater with short sleeves, short drop sleeves. So I'm working my way up the front, and I'm just about finished with the front. I didn't do any adjustments as far as making it longer. I'm just gonna go with the pattern and have a little faith that it's gonna work out. And I would
So
definitely
pretty.
be wearing this with a dress, probably a Sonia Phillips dress number 2, or over top of
Dress number 1, you're gonna do it sleeveless, right?
Oh, no, I'll do a 2 sleeveless because I don't have the 1 pattern.
Oh,
And I like the 2 better.
I
But
have
we'll
the
talk
1
about.
pattern.
We'll get to sewing. We'll get into sewing soon. But I love this. So the color, the yarn that I use for this is plucky.
all of it's plucky?
All of it's plucky. All of it's plucky. The green is plucky feet, and the color is manderly. And the lighter green is thank you note. And the rose gold, which I'm just obsessed with, is called caramel kiss. Caramel kiss.
That's
so
pretty.
And again, so this is plucky feet. The lighter green is primo fingering, and the no, I believe the lighter green is feet too. I don't know.
It's all feet?
It's all plucky.
It's plucky. Let's say no more.
Right.
Wow.
How do my floats look?
Perfect.
No, I wouldn't
Not
say that.
perfect. We
Yeah.
don't use perfect.
Yeah, they look
They're
okay.
great.
They're-
Oh, yeah.
okay.
Yeah, you're fine.
And the Caramel Kiss is one of the newer plucky bases, which is Solo. And Solo is a merino silk blend. It might have a little bit of nylon in it. Delightful to knit
I
with,
love that
as
color.
all of Plucky Knitters colors. I have to kick myself. I love this color too. Remember when we went to Sheep and Wool, and I was obsessed about all things rose gold. I'm
Yes.
rose gold all the things. My Apple Watch, my case on my iPad, and my phone, and anything else I can get. I was even looking at some rose gold speakers online on TV.
Wow.
Yeah, it's bad. So yep. So I'm working on the front of the sweater. Then I will go back and do the back, and yeah. So I'm just working my way through. It is a fingering weight sweater, which is an investment in time, especially
Yes,
when you're
beautiful.
a larger
You're
lady.
almost there.
I'm almost there. I did do an insert job for another skein of this
Oh, you need another
this
one?
solo, and I was able to
Oh,
get
wow.
it. Yeah, I was able to get it, and it's a great match, which is a plus. So I probably would have had enough, but I didn't want to chance it. I did. You're working and you want to enjoy the project. You don't want to be thinking about whether you're going to run out of yarn or not. So yeah. So I'm excited again about
Yeah.
this. I'm ready to pick it back up.
That
again.
is exciting.
Yeah, it's a great color, as all of Plucky's colors. And this is, I transferred this to a larger bag as the sweater was getting larger, and I put that extra skein of yarn in. So this is my Finch bucket bag from Stitch Mischief that I made. So this is a pattern by Jade Prosser, who is Stitch Mischief on Ravelry and Instagram. And she is having a sew-along for the Finch bucket starting in September.
I will
I'm
be
definitely going to
stitching
participate.
along on that.
Yeah, so that's going to be a lot of fun. I don't like these. I don't even know what this is, but this will be coming out of here soon.
It's a
I
rope.
love. It's a rope, but it's so not what I wanted. It's kind of ridiculous.
I have some rope to share with you.
You do, okay, yeah. So, but other than that, I really love making this bag. The only thing I think I'll do with my next one, I think I want to use some batting in here to make
Okay.
it really extra
Mhm.
squishy and soft. But great pattern, and with the sew along, I think there'll be a lot of support with the other sewists and in the Ravelry group and online. So I'm looking forward to that. Again, the Finch bucket tote is a pattern by Jade with Stitch Mischief.
Yep.
Okay, what you got next?
Next, it's the simple summer sweater. You want to?
I love this. It's another Hohi Locatelli pattern. Let me see if I can open this up a little bit more. There you go. Uh-huh.
Yep. Here's my version of it.
So pretty. What yarn did you use? This is
Are you using Drops Cotton Light.
Mm-hmm.
It's 50% cotton, 50% polyester.
Okay.
Yeah, and I cast this on. I thought I would get to wear this during our trip to Alabama, Chanin, but I lost steam on it.
Yeah.
But so now my goal is to finish
feels
and
so
wear
good.
it before summer ends.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Officially ends.
Mm-hmm. What size needle are you using?
A size 6.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's really drapey.
Mm-hmm. It surely is. It's so soft.
I believe the sleeves are going to be more dolman-like, which is fine. So I won't do a long sleeve. I'll just do like a elbow length sleeve.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So
Cool.
I'm really excited about that.
Awesome. It's so pretty.
It's really pretty.
Really, really pretty. You may have had me looking online for drops cotton. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Cool. Cool. Do I have another whip in knitting? Yes, I do. I think I have one more, which is a pair of socks. And I don't think I've talked about this. Well, I'll briefly talk about these. This is a pair of socks that I had that Arthella gifted to me. Well, it was my yarn, and Arthella gifted me the hand cranking service. So Roz, who is Roz Knits on Instagram and Ravelry, cranked these on her sock knitting machine.
Which is a Erbacher Speedster.
Okay, I would have messed that up.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, Erbacher Speedster. They're so wonderful. I wish there was Fill-O-Vision so you could feel.
Yeah. She's a cranker.
Mm-hmm. Look at those stitches. Look how even they are.
She's a cranker. Oh, and show them your cuff. So
My
she'll
Oh,
knit
yeah, yeah.
tubes
Mhm.
for you, or I prefer to do 2 shorter tubes, and she finishes the cuff.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know whether this is a whip because I still have to put the heels and the toe in. And I don't know if I'm going to use the remaining yarn or this is a color I picked out
Ooh,
to
that's
do
pretty.
the heel with. What do you think? You think that'll work out?
I would do it.
So this is the plucky feet left over from my Novelli sweater.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
This is the color maven over here, so she says it's a go. It's a go. And this is hanging out in this. I never used this bag before, but I was looking for something to keep these socks in. I picked this up at one of the Fibronate markets in Vienna, a couple years ago. And I don't know if this maker is still making, but it's called Tech Muse RAC.
Tech Muse.
Mm-hmm. Tech Muse RAC. So I'll link to all of this.
That's cute.
Isn't it cute?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, isn't it cute?
It is.
Isn't it? It is so cute and it's nice and squishy. And this is a substantial, almost like a linen canvas.
Like a canvas.
It's so pretty. Of course, sheep. We love our sheep of all colors. Nice. So, okay, so then my real sock knitting whip are these. So, I haven't worked on these in a while, so I hope they're not too tangled. So this is my first attempt
wow.
at knitting 2 at a time socks, and I like it.
You do?
I like it a lot. So I'm using Regia by Arnie and Carlos, and I could never wrap my brain around how to cast on for 2 at a time.
You do it individually.
So then I watched a video tutorial from the Knitting Expat, and she showed how she does hers, and yes, she knits her cuffs individually, and then she places them on the needle to orient them for knitting 2 at a time. And I think I'm hooked.
So the yarn doesn't tangle, or does that not?
No.
bother
She
you?
even I'm gonna link to her video. No, it doesn't bother me. Every once in a while, if I'm not paying attention, it gets a little bit tangled, but I try to catch it before it gets really, really messy. And even in the video, she shows you how to avoid that, how to position your yarns. So it's tangled now because it's been in this bag. Yeah, but I'm enjoying this. And these are Knit Pro Zing needles that I'm using. And this is a US 1.5, 2.5 millimeter needle. These are going to be for my niece, Jamila. She really loved them when oh, Auntie, those are so cute. Who are those for? So I said, they can be for you.
Yeah.
She said, oh, thank you, Auntie. So she keeps reminding her, are my socks finished yet? But I need her to give me her measurement from her toe to her heel. So I know where to put her heel. I'm going to come back and do an afterthought heel on these as well. And she's got an itty bitty foot. I'm almost worried that they're going to be a little bit too big for her. I mean, she wears like a 5.5.
Oh, wow.
So in her ankles
Well,
and
I wore a
legs are
5
even,
in the 3rd grade.
I don't think I ever wore 5 anything. So we'll see.
Wow, she is.
Yeah,
that small?
it's that small. So I may actually
Boy,
have
she
to
catch
wash them and
all
put
the
them in a
good
dryer.
shoe
And, oh
sales.
yeah.
She just walks up
She
to the
just
rack
walks
and
up to the rack, and yes, she gets really good deals. I
Oh,
mean,
wow.
literally, she can wear the heels, like the tall heels, like she's an itty bitty thing. Yep. So really excited about these and learning a new technique, and these are hanging out in my. This was a treat to me a few weeks back. I was on a bag kick. I think I purchased 4 project bags. I don't know where they gotten into me. So this is one of Joji Locatelli's project bags. It is made out of 100% suede leather. It is so soft and supple, and this beautiful handle, which is probably going to age beautifully over time. The zipper pull also is made of leather, and as well as her logo tag. And there's a pocket on the inside too, I believe. Isn't it soft? I mean, isn't it soft?
Yes,
Isn't
it is.
And a little handle there.
Oh,
I don't know what I
wow.
would use that for, but
But you-
very, very well made bag. I will say that. I
Oh,
will
boy.
say that much. Yep, so I love it, love it, love it. And now going into the winter, it's gonna feel good to
Oh,
have
yeah.
a winter project bag.
And the
as
color is
well.
gorgeous.
It's beautiful. Yeah. So I think that's all I have, at least that I'm gonna share in whips. I got a couple of other sweaters on the needles. Oh, okay, you go ahead. I do have one more.
I have one more whip.
Okay,
I promise. This is my last
your
one.
last one.
The Hoarfrost.
I always love that. That's so pretty. Is that Andrea Mowry too?
This is Andrea Mowry.
Oh, that's
Yes.
so pretty.
And I'm knitting along on this with my friend Patricia. She's finished hers. I'm not a good knit along person.
Well, you got a lot of whips going on.
I'm a good cheerleader.
Okay,
of
yeah, you
knitting
are.
along. I get you going and I get you to the finish. But as far as
well,
that,
that's what it's all about. Just enjoying the process. It's not a competition.
and I am
it's
enjoying
not
the
a
process.
race.
This is the first time I'm knitting with this yarn.
Juliet.
Yes.
Juliet Nature Durham.
Yes, which is
Rich.
yes.
It's so
Wee.
pretty. What color is that?
This is the I don't know if it quartz,
Oh,
and it is. It's like a
yes.
rose quartz colorway.
It's so soft
Yes.
and so beautiful.
It's really pretty. I'm looking forward. So I'm gonna pick this back up and make some progress on it.
So this
'cause
is
I
like
really
a
want
asymmetric
Mm-hmm.
shape.
Yeah.
I'm looking. Where's it? Okay.
Isn't that pretty?
That is so good. Oh, look at the texture on it.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can. Yeah, look this pattern up, folks. This is so pretty. A lot of texture going on. Is it pretty easy to follow?
Yes, it is.
You're not
very easy.
Wow.
It's
So
a
this is
8-row repeat.
Okay.
In this section.
okay.
Yeah. And look at
so
the
pretty. I love the I-cord edge. I love an I-cord edge.
This is really. I want this.
You're gonna power through
Yeah,
that one?
I am. Once I finish my simple pullover, I'm
Mhm.
gonna commit to this.
Awesome.
Yep.
It's beautiful.
So I think that's
Beautiful.
it for me for knitting
Okay,
whips.
so my last knitting whip is my sweater I cast on the Alabama trip,
Yep.
which is my Ursa pullover by Jacqueline C. Slack. You want to look it up for me? Ursa, Ursa. So Ursa is basically, it's a top-down, raglan shaped, cropped pullover with a V-neck, and it's
Looks
got some
great,
interesting
too.
detail. It's got some half brioche stitch detailing on the back, as well as on the raglan shaping. So this is a new to me technique. I had no idea that this pattern had any brioche in it when I so I sit down on the bed at the hotel and I'm ready to cast on, thinking I'm just going to be doing a simple raglan. And I'm like, what? Do what? But she has some really good tutorials built right into the pattern, showing you how to do the stitch. Yep.
That's beautiful.
Mhm.
Hi, Jackie.
So I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna, I may do this one just as the pattern calls for, maybe a tiny bit longer, but not much. And the yarn that I'm using is it's a new to me yarn. It's by Plymouth. And that's all I can tell you
It's
right
not
now.
in there?
It's not in here. My little yarn thingy
So you'll
went away. Yep, I'll definitely
You'll
put
add
it down at the bottom. Nope, it's not even in my pockets. I don't know. The last time I worked on this was when I was in a staff meeting. Who knows where I put it?
it's with your staff notes.
Yeah, possibly. You know, it could be in my notebook. And I want to show you these. I love these stitch markers. I got these from. Oh my goodness, they're rose gold, of course. Oh, I'm going to have to put that down the bottom too. She did a collaboration with Tough Woolens, because Tough Woolens did a peach soap and Suburban Stitcher. So it was a collaboration with Suburban Stitcher and Tough Woolens, and it was for all things peachy. It may have been another maker
Yes.
too, sure. So
Oh, these are
I love those. Aren't they
beautiful.
pretty? So the actual
Yes.
marker is rose gold,
It
and then there's
is.
like an amber colored bead
Yeah,
on them.
that's really
Yeah. So I'm really enjoying
I don't
those.
think we can get close
Mhm.
enough
Can
on
we
it.
get a little close?
Sorta.
Yeah. Yep. So it's fun to have.
So
pretty.
you're enjoying this?
I am enjoying it. I'm enjoying the yarn. Enjoying
Yeah,
the
enjoying.
yarn. I can't even talk today.
This is so
I don't
pretty.
know how I would describe this yarn. It's really light and soft. Not sure. It's a very loosely spun yarn. Loosely plied, I should
What's
say.
the fiber content? Do you
I
remember
believe
that?
it's 100% wool. It might be
Is it
merino.
Highland wool?
I don't think so. Isn't it soft though?
It's soft.
But it's got some stuff. It's
It's got a
substantial.
little-
Mm-hmm. So, and the color is this pretty blue here. It's a little. This glare is coming in, so it's not quite as light as like a seafoam blue.
Yes, seafoam.
Almost. Mm-hmm. Yep. So I'm
pretty.
definitely enjoying that. And those
These are Knitter's Pride.
Knitter's Pride.
Yeah.
The wooden
Perfect
Knitter's
for
Pride.
that
Yeah.
yarn.
And I believe I'm knitting this on a 10.5, so it's going pretty quick. If I could just focus, I feel like I've been really unfocused in my making. I know I have, because I just want to do
You
all
want
the
to
things.
do all the things.
So I'm making progress, but I'm just making, and I am doing all the things. I'm just making little bits of progress on everything, which is okay.
It is.
It's okay. And this is hanging out in, this is one of the bags
That's
I
what you
purchased
wanna
that
get
week.
to.
Oh my goodness. This is by Nerdbird Makery. And this is the, I don't even know what the name of this is, but it's a tote. Nice little tote bag with this interesting base of fabric. Still can't quite, it almost feels like a cross between linen and cork and canvas.
Yeah.
It's really nice. Really,
Yeah,
really
it's
nice.
like a project bag with handles.
Mm-hmm.
It's really nice.
Yeah, and genuine leather straps.
And you can throw your essentials in, and
Yep.
that's all you need.
Yep, couple of pockets on the inside, and of course we love our that logo Nevertheless, she knitted. Even my husband loves this. He said, "Oh, that is so cool. That is really cool." Nevertheless, she knitted. He had to think about what it meant, and I know what it means to me. Just no matter what,
Never.
just keep making. Just keep making. Yep. So, we got through the whips. Oh, we're doing good. We're only a little over 30 minutes. So let's move into sewing.
Okay.
Moving to sewing. I don't have any finished items in sewing. So why don't you show us all the things you've been doing with your finished sewing projects?
Okay, yeah. I have been sewing up a storm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wearing one of my finished sews. This was the dress number 1, the 100 acts of sewing, dress number 2
Okay.
with
right.
sleeves. And this is out of a linen that I purchased at our local sewing shop.
Joann's or
No,
Three Little Birds?
No.
Oh,
Stitch Sew
Stitch
Shop,
Sew Shop
in
in
Old Town.
yes.
Hi.
You know, I may have to go grab my skirt. I'm almost sure it's the exact same.
This is
It's
really
the exact. And that color is
lovely.
amazing.
Yeah. So yes, I finished that. And I finished the dress number 1, which is my favorite. In a quilting cotton,
That is so pretty.
a Jen Hewitt print
That's so
that I
beautiful.
wore to the Alabama Chanin
It was so pretty.
sewing class. Oh, and then I finished tunic number 1 out of
Oh, this is
an
my favorite.
eyelet, a navy blue eyelet.
Oh my goodness, that is
that
so pretty.
I did purchase this at Joann's, and I'm really pleased with it because I
Oh.
finished the sleeve. Didn't have to finish, I cut it so that I got the border
and the bottom.
and the
Oh, my
bottom
goodness. That is
as the
gorgeous.
border. And I just had to finish it, and I haven't sewn it down yet, but I purchased
Bias tape.
bias tape. It's a satin bias tape from Mood when I was there last
From
week.
Mood.
Mood.
Very, very haunted.
Yes.
Someone drove. No,
Yay,
someone went
this
to
is
New
so
York just to
pretty.
get seam bind. Most of us either make our seam binding or pick it up from Joann's or Walmart's.
No, well, you're having us make binding, but yeah, that one. I mean, and it was just
This is gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. That color. Look at that. Oh my goodness.
yeah, that's from Joann's.
You're gonna wear a shirt under this, right?
Oh, I'm gonna wear
Okay.
a camisole under it, and then
If this shows that
the
missing-
pants,
Okay, focus. You focus.
dress number 1, pants, and look out of this. So this is an outfit.
Oh my gracious, that is so pretty.
Pair of pants I made.
I love it.
So I just have
Oh,
to
no, you just
insert
have to
the
put the elastic in?
elastic in.
That is gonna be so cute.
Isn't that cute?
I would totally still wear this in the winter with some boots.
You would.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
not much knitting. Let's see.
Well, you didn't finish anything, but
I'm
you
on
definitely
track
been-
to knit a sweater, finish a sweater every month. I think I finished a sweater in August. Maybe my Felix, the
the
out of the
linen.
Lang Lily.
Mhm.
So I'm good there. And then
This
I've
is
been
gorgeous.
just sewing away.
Gorgeous, gorgeous. So we okay, so I don't have anything finished in sewing, but almost finished. So this is my dress number 2, but it's sleeveless. This is also out of an African print, cotton African print. I had quite a bit of this, maybe even about 6 yards of it.
Oh,
And I
wow.
have a quilt top.
How did your pockets?
The pockets are strange. I'm not sure. I feel like when I put it on, the dress kind of pulls up and the pockets kind of like,
I think it was the the shape of the pocket that you used the pocket from my skirt pattern, or did you?
I used the pocket from the Craftsy class. I thought.
Is it just a round pocket?
It's a round, and I even did a little. I thought
or
I
like
had.
a half round.
It's a half round. It's a half round, and it has a little piece sticking up at the edge. I'm not explaining that. I mean, it's okay. It's totally wearable, but I'm gonna have to figure out. It may even help to do some bust starts to help things just lay a little flatter. It could just be my bust moving everything up, bringing everything up, or just wear a better bra.
Or maybe if you wore a slip.
Yeah,
You wear a slip.
possibly.
I think
Yep.
it's maybe the cotton against your.
Yeah, I did not pre-wash this either.
It's pretty.
I
So that's
love
a
this.
number.
This is a number
dress
two.
number two.
Dress
but
number
you didn't,
two,
no
but without the
sleeves.
sleeves.
You know what? I like that. Dress number two.
The dress number two. Even if you look at it, you'll notice that it's not as it's not as wide as the dress number one.
Dress number. Where is it?
It
Oh yeah.
yeah. See the difference in the two. So the tunic is definitely a lot wider. Dress number two is it's still an A line, but it's just
It's
not
not
as
as-
wide.
You know, I like this shape.
I love them both.
I was trying
I love
to.
them
The neckline is what I was wanting to maybe alter on
Okay.
this one.
Okay.
Maybe have it higher in the back.
Yeah, you can definitely do that.
Yeah,
In the
sure.
Craftsy class, he shows you options for altering the neckline, and a few other things too. That's how I got the idea to do the pockets. I'm not opposed to the pockets on the front, but I think I would like them
Have you ever
a
made
lot
them?
better.
You haven't made it with the pockets. I
And
thought
this
about
is,
maybe doing the pockets on the front
Mhm.
in this, what I did my binding in.
Yeah. Oh
Which
yes.
would-
Can you show that? Is that?
Can't
That's
really
so pretty.
see it.
It's really pretty.
It's really pretty. I
Really,
should have brought
really
the
pretty.
fabric, but
And this is the seam bias tape that I
Bias
made
tape.
for the dress number two. The sun is starting to come in. So I will finish off the sleeves as well as the neckline, and then I'm done. I think I hemmed it already. Yep, it's
Oh,
already
wow.
hemmed.
cool.
Yeah, so I just gotta
And I
buckle
worked
down.
against-
Buckle down.
insert
The
your
issue is that I don't know whether you. I didn't talk about it on the podcast, but I mentioned it on Instagram, where I fell at the beach about a month ago. I didn't fall. I got knocked down by a wave pretty hard, and I hurt my hip. And then we traveled to Baltimore for our convention, and the day after the convention was over, the Monday, I slipped and fell in the hotel. On the same hip, I hyperextended that hip and tore my hamstring. So it really hurts to sit and to lift my foot on the presser foot. It's just, yeah. Man down, man down. I'm so mad at myself. It's just interfering with my making. But I'm gonna work my way through it.
That could be like your rehabilitation with
yeah, because I need to
being
move
able
it.
to
I gotta
work
be.
your-
It's getting better every day. I just have to work through it. Just one of those things. So my last whip in sewing. See, this is another one of those things. All right. Okay.
You got it.
Why do you drop everything when it's hard to pick it up? Is Simplicity 8640. You have this pattern too, right?
Yes, I do.
This has been on my wish list for so long. I love this pattern so much. It is so me. And the fabric I'm using to make it is this cotton blend. I'm not sure what it's blended with, but it's like a chocolate brown, and it's got some really cool texture going on,
Is that
almost
called
like
ruching?
like ruching or bobble
And
or
it's
popcorn.
knit. It's a knit. It's not
Well,
woven.
It's woven.
Oh, is it
It's
woven?
woven, and it's got a tiny bit of stretch just by virtue of the
Oh wow, this
but
is
it is
really
woven,
nice.
and then it's got this beautiful. Can you see the black
yeah, I can.
thread running through it? So it's really. I knew I had to have it as soon as I saw it, and I've had it for quite some time. And I saw this pattern. So I think this is going to be perfect. The problem is I cannot find the directions
Do
to
you
the
think
pattern.
you ever had them?
So, but I think it's simple enough that I can figure. I have to figure it out because I really want this dress, and I know I'm going to find the directions as soon as I finish it.
Well, you could borrow my directions.
True. This is maybe I should do that.
Yeah,
Just
I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll hold off on. I have everything cut out, including the facing for the neckline and the sleeves, and I'm making view A.
You're making
View A, which is sleeveless. But you know what? These sleeves
Those
are really
sleeves are
nice
cute.
because they're elbow length.
You have
sleeves.
enough
I don't think I
fabric?
have enough. But I could do it again. I really first time really noticing those. Sleeves.
Yeah, those sleeves are nice.
So I have the dress cut out. I just have to sew it up, and I also made, like I said, I cut out the facing and the armhole facing for the neck and the sleeve. But I think I'm gonna use this bias tape that I made because come on now,
That's pretty.
isn't that pretty? Isn't it?
It is.
It's so pretty. I love that. I love that. So we had having a moment. We had a bias tape. What would we call it? Tutorial
Instruction.
Trying
You
to
taught
become
me.
one with making bias tape. It's not difficult at all. It does take a little time, but it's fun. It's fun mixing and matching your colors. I think it gives your projects just a whole nother level, another layer of beauty. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I made bias tape with Trish using the little what is it
Mhm.
called? Bias
The
tape
bias
maker.
tape maker. Mm-hmm.
I made
I
it
should've
here,
brought it
and I
out here
used
with
that for some fabric baskets
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that I was finishing. And then for this dress, I made bias tape on my own, and I didn't use the maker. I just folded everything by hand,
Mm-hmm.
which
See,
was
this
nice.
is the hand
And then
stitcher.
I found the
Did you
found
find
the
it?
bias tape
Oh,
maker this
well,
morning.
You have the
going
you
through.
have options to.
Yeah, I guess it's the size. The first tape I made out of this fabric was an inch, and when you
Mhm.
folded it was a half an inch,
Right.
and then you would just have a quarter inch.
Mhm.
That seemed too small.
Yeah.
So what size maker did we
Mine
use?
a quarter inch. So this is by the time it's each
A quarter
fold
inch?
is a quarter inch. Mm-hmm. See,
And that's what the tapes, the
that's
maker
what
said?
the one I have
Let
does.
me see.
So you have to cut your bias strips 1 inch.
That's what I did.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, okay, so I see what I did.
Mm-hmm.
I took the 1 inch, but I folded the 1 inch in half.
Yeah.
And that just left.
Well, you kind of have to do that if you're doing it by hand because you need that point of reference for where
Right.
where to fold the
Oh,
quarter
so
inch
then-
on.
Okay, but then I could have just steamed that out.
Mhm.
Okay, so that tape I have is still good.
Yeah,
Oh my
absolutely.
gosh, you may
Yeah.
want to. I can share it with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
And so yeah, you don't have to do it this. I like it narrow. It's just less bulk for me to have to deal with. You do many tutorials on how to do it. You don't have to use the maker. But if you tried it once and it didn't work, just try it again. Just try a different technique. Oh, and that spray. What do you call that spray? The pressing spray.
Yes.
One tip that I found, because when you were over, we were doing it together. We were spraying it after it came out the bias tape maker.
Mhm.
I found that spraying it before you put out the bias tape maker. So spray it before it's folded. Spray it over on the left
Oh, okay.
and let it dry up a little bit. And
Uh-huh.
so then as it comes out the bias
It
tape
kinda
maker, it's ready.
sets
It's in.
then.
Yeah, look
Mhm.
how crisp that is.
Oh. Alrighty.
Compared to this one. See how this one is starting to unfold a little bit? It's still usable. It's okay.
Yeah, not like this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, sucky now. Look at this. This is
Yeah,
working
you made
out.
a lot too.
Yeah, it got good to me. Yeah, so that's fun. That's fun. So hopefully I'll have a new brown dress soon, and lots of I bought so many patterns. I'm excited about sewing up. Just Just need more time.
Yep.
Need more time. You have any acquisitions you want to share?
No,
Okay.
I didn't bring any. Can't say that I do have quite a few.
Quite a
But I didn't bring any.
It's all good.
You
I
have
did-
acquisitions?
I have one acquisition I'll share. I'll leave the other, that green basket over there for the next time. But I do want to share this this beautiful shawl cuff that I purchased from Bliss Yarns. Bliss Yarns was one of the shops we visited on our trip to Alabama and Tennessee. And a few days after coming back home, she posted that she got a new shipment of Knox Mountain Knit Company shawl cuffs, leather shawl cuffs. And there are a lot of people doing shawl cuffs. And according to my recollection, Knox Mountain was one of the first to do the leather shawl cuffs. And I've always wanted one, but she's in Canada. So it's nice to
You
have a
called
U.S.
them?
distributor. No, I just sent her a message on Instagram.
Oh.
I said, I want a black one. I don't care which one it is. Just send me an invoice on PayPal. And she was like, oh, we got a package going out to Arthella. Do you want me to just put it in there? I was like, yeah, sure.
What?
But she had already shipped your package. But
And I
look
got
at that.
it.
Look at that. Yeah, this
Yeah.
came like in a couple of days.
Yeah,
Very
mine
good.
It was right
I
on
tell
time.
you. So I'm really, really happy to have this. I'm looking forward to wearing this. I think it works really well with the asymmetric shawls and the narrower shawls, just to keep everything in place. Ooh, we have to get some black boots to match that. I mean,
That would be
Wouldn't that
awesome.
be awesome?
Yeah.
Yep. So this is the original shawl
Do they
shawl
make
and
boots?
cowl cuff. Who, Knox Mountain?
Yeah.
No, Knox Mountain. She's actually a pattern designer.
Oh wow.
She designs patterns, beautiful patterns too. So yeah, check her out. Some nice stuff. Yeah. So let's talk about. We're doing pretty good on time. Let's talk about our Alabama Chanin projects and where we are with that.
Okay. Let's.
We had a
Let's
little
do it.
snag, a little change in plans.
Yeah, but it's all good.
It's all good in the hood. Absolutely.
Okay,
Mhm.
so when we signed up for the class, you got to choose a project. You know, you could make tea towels, a scarf, poncho. There were quite a few.
Mhm.
So Trish and I both selected the poncho. All's good. We started, working on our poncho.
The hand stitching portion.
Yeah. And then Trish realized that
As I was working on it, I just had the thought in my mind, this looks mighty small. So I wrapped it around me, wrapping it around me, and it fit, but it's a little snuggy. And I knew that there was a technique to folding it, to folding the poncho, to give it that asymmetric shape on one side, which takes it in even more. So.
Right.
So I pinned it together and I tried it on, and I was like, Ray, can you pull this down over my shoulder? He said, I'm trying, but it's not good. I was like, keep tugging, it's gotta fit. Oh,
And
it
then
did
you
not
sent me a
fit.
text
And then I
message.
sent you a text, but this was like several hours later. Once I got myself together, I said, no, because you texted me, you said, so how's your stitching coming along? I said, it's coming along really well. I'm really, really enjoying it. Oh my goodness, the stitching. It's so much fun. I said, however, in all caps, this thing is not going to fit. So I decided to turn my poncho into a skirt.
Yeah.
So that was the goal. That was the plan, which I think would have worked fine. But then when you came over for us to do the seam binding tutorial, then we came up with another idea, because it also doesn't fit
Yeah,
you.
it's not gonna fit
It's
me
not
either.
gonna, and we even thought about ordering more fabric to
Yeah, it's
figure
like
out
we
how
can
we
order
could.
more fabric, and
But the way it's folded, it would be very.
yeah, it would change.
It would be
the-
challenging.
Yeah.
So instead of having Alabama Chanin placement ponchos, we're gonna have
scarf.
A scarf. I can't even fold mine. Oh, here we go. Let's see.
Well, however we do it, it's gonna do
However
what
we
it
do it, it's gonna do what. Look at that. Look at it. Look at that. So, and so we figured this would be so. And then at first we were like, well, we'll just give it to one of our smaller
yeah.
friends or a smaller family member. And I was like, I don't want to give it away. This is.
She did. She said it
I almost
first.
had a tantrum.
I was like, yeah.
So yeah. So oh, that's cute. I like the way
Yeah.
you
I
did
mean,
that.
we can make it work.
You're gonna have to make
It's
it work.
gonna work.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I
so we
like the way
have
you
a,
did that. Just
Yeah.
I might could even use a shawl cuff. Oh my
On
gosh.
here, yes, you can.
Oh my goodness. I think this is gonna be awesome. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
There we go. Some kind of way. Oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah.
I love it. So I have it are
Just
you
a-
finished?
Oh yes, I'm finished.
So she's finished with all of her stitching and cutouts. I only have one pattern cut out, and I still have a couple of more spaces to hand stitch. But I'm loving it. I'm loving the whole process. I'm loving the look, and I cannot wait to make a skirt.
Yes, my skirt, I guess, will be here.
So you ordered the kit for the skirt.
Yes, remember
the
I
swing
ordered the
skirt.
kit for the skirt.
Every way you do that is really cute.
And in the meantime, I will be making the Francis tea.
That is so beautiful.
So that I can add my sample panel to the front of the tea. We're working on that too.
So when she says sample panel, she's talking about the sample that we did in the workshop. So I didn't make a tea. I purchased a tea from TJ Maxx while we were in Alabama, and I pinned it on today.
Oh my gosh.
So I just did this abstract placement. I didn't want it to be straight. I wanted it to be really, so I gave it like a, not abstract, asymmetric placement onto this this black knit tunicky tee I got from TJ Maxx. Kim and Cami. It's so soft. It's not as heavy and substantial as
this is nice.
So I didn't want to put it on the front because I was afraid, because the Alabama Chanin cotton is just a little heavy. I didn't want it to pull down on the lighter fabric.
Right.
So I
It'll
thought
be
that
nice.
putting it at the bottom would be a nice touch. And I love it. I absolutely
And you
love
had on
it.
some green pants.
I
the
also,
other
yeah, I
day.
did. That would be cute.
That would
The
be
only thing
cute.
about those pants have that
Too
ruffled,
much.
but I can work it out.
Make you some
Yeah.
number one.
That's exactly what I'm gonna do.
Make the
That
number
is exactly
one.
what I'm gonna do with some. I'm almost sure I have some fabric I can use, some funky African print, or yeah. So that's what makes making so fun. You just
Yes.
have so many options, and so yeah, that's where we are with our Alabama Chanin projects. And I do want to give a shout out to the maker of this beautiful bowl. This was also made by a Jade, who is Stitch Mischief, on Instagram and Ravelry. I purchased one of these from her pop-up shop on Instagram, and it's where I'm keeping all of my supplies for my hand stitching. And it's just a perfect little size. I can even fold up a project and fit it in there. So she does several pop-up shops,
I need to get
several
me one
items.
of those.
Yeah, just I have my Instagram set to whenever she posts that I get a message. Maybe I should switch that up, because I was terribly tempted this week. She posted some really cute bags, but I was like, pace yourself. I don't know if Jade watches, but Jade, I saw that you have a new logo, and I don't have a logo for my. I don't feel like my bag is complete without.
Oh,
Yeah.
you need.
So I almost feel like ordering another something so that I can have her send me one of her logos so I can stitch it on here. She's in Canada, so I don't want. I'm sure she'd mail one, but I don't want her to just mail something like that. I'll work it out. I'll send her a message, but I do wanna. I want everybody to know who the maker of this bag. Rope bow. That's not a bag. It's a rope bow. Hand stitch rope bow. There are several things left on this. Aren't they beautiful?
Yes.
She just pulled up her Instagram feed and saw the bags that she. Yeah. Aren't they beautiful? Yeah. There's still several things on this table we didn't talk about, but we can save them for the next time.
Okay.
We can save them for the next time.
Is there anything that you don't want to say for the next time? You want to talk about your...
Okay, well, we'll talk about a little bit of spinning before we close. So, several months back, I participated in a Kickstarter for the electric eel wheel Nano, and here she is. It is literally smaller
Sits in the palm
than
of
my
your hand.
hand. So the first one my initial purchase did not work. I had so many issues with that wheel. I tried everything, all of the suggestions in the Facebook group, in the Ravelry group, nothing was working. So I reached out to Maurice, who's the maker of the electric eel wheel, and I explained to him what was going on and what I had tried and that it still wasn't working. And so he was excellent. His customer service and assistance, I felt he went above and beyond, and I love that. Exceeded my expectations. So anyway, I'm spinning again. It spins like a dream. It is it's quiet compared to the electric eel wheel. It's a little noisy, but it's fun. It's fun. It has a slow uptake, I would say. So you have to get used to that. On my wheel, I'm used to like really, pedaling really fast and feeding in the yarn at my own pace. But with this one, you kind of just have to, she's slow and steady. And I'm learning to spin at a lower speed and with a lower tension, which also slows down the production, but it also saves the motor too. So, I think spinning slower makes what's already enjoyable even more enjoyable. So yeah, that's the electric eel wheel Nano. I think they'll be available in the shop for sale in next month. I believe. Yeah. So in the Kickstarter, this was $60.
Wow.
$60. I think I got 4 bobbins. Yeah. So I'm gonna take her with me on vacation.
Oh, that'll be nice.
And I just ordered a battery pack so I can just bring it to bed or take it on the beach or wherever. I can spin in the car. So yeah, that's my electric eel wheel Nano. Do I still want the Ashford e-spinner? Yes, but I don't have to get it anytime soon. Yeah, my focus now is a new sewing machine. So when I get back from vacation, I will get on that so that I can get to all the other making I want to do. Yeah. So I think that's it. We made it through a lot of stuff. Okay, so I hope to return very soon. I really want to increase the amount of episodes that I do, at least once a month. If I can just set the goal to record at least once a month and then maybe work my way to twice a month or every 3 weeks or so, but we'll see. Life and family and health always come first, so I kind of have to work my way around those things. But I am delighted that you joined me again today. And she'll be back because we have to talk about Alabama Chanin again.
There will be updates.
There will definitely be updates, either with myself or with the two of us. But again, you're always welcome.
Well, thank you.
You're very welcome. So we'll wrap it up with that, and I hope you're finding lots of joy in your making, spending a little bit of time every day for crafting for so many reasons. helps with our mind and our soul,
Mm-hmm.
and just helps us to stitch through life and all the challenges that life has.
Stitched through life.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely. So, with that, I'll say goodbye and I'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.